I remember the last moment before the wiring changed. Standing at the threshold of a mind being rearranged. Could feel the last coherent thought preparing for its exit. Like watching someone leave a room and knowing you can't check it. The clarity was surgical, the way it said goodbye. Left a forwarding address somewhere behind my eyes. And everything that followed was a different kind of knowing. The kind that lives in basements with dead thoughts growing. They say the most we take so builds walls around the fracture. But what if the fracture is the only honest chapter? What if sanity was just a story that we told to make the garden as palatable, to make the terror hold? The last sane thought I had was that nothing here was ever what it claimed. The last sane thought I had was that I was never gonna be the same. Watched it leave in slow motion, couldn't call it back. The last sane thought I had left a hole where the light used to crack. And what moved in the fill it was darker and more honest than before. The last sane thought I had opened every single long forgotten last rotting door. Documented every stage the way a scientist would. Catalog the deterioration like I knew I should. Watch the rational dissolve like sugar in the rain. Took meticulous notes on the architecture of my brain. There's a dignity in witnessing your own unraveling. A strange and savage beauty in the mind that's traveling past the borders of what's acceptable and clean into the territory of what everything actually means. Because a sanitized version of existence is a fraud built to keep the population manageable and odd. And the ones who lose their breath of what they told us to believe are the only ones who see leave. They say the mob protects itself, builds walls around the fracture. But what if the fracture is the only honest chapter? What if sanity was just a story that we told to make the darkness palatable, to make the terror hold? The last sane thought I had was that nothing here was ever what it claimed. The last sane thought I had was that I was never gonna be the same. Watched it leave in slow motion, couldn't call it back. The last sane thought I had left a hole where the light used to crack. And what moved in the fill it was darker and more honest than before. The last sane thought I had opened every single long forgotten, locked and rotting door. The last sane thought I had was actually the first honest one. The last sane thought